Do we know for sure where Chris Proudfoot was on the day Sebastian vanished? Was he really at work, or could he have made his way back home and then return without anyone knowing? Anything is possible. What I find interesting is the 3-hour phone call. Was it a usual occurrence for Katie and Chris to speak for 3 hours on the phone while he was away? I would love to know. How many of you speak for 3 hours at a time to your husband or wife when you are away for work? Doesn't Chris have to get up early for work, yet he is on the phone until midnight? Makes me think what they were really discussing on the phone that night. There is an interesting theory going around that I'd like to share with you today. It takes just over 3 hours to get from Chris's workplace to the Proudfoot household. So, many are speculating that Chris and Katie used the call as an alibi. Maybe he left his phone at work on the call to Katie while he somehow returned home. That would be an alibi because if police check cell phone records, it would show his location to be at work, on the call with his wife, who was at home. I'm still on the fence about whether Sebastian returned home at all after the dinner trip. Did something happen on the way home? Did someone lose their temper with him? Katie says when she couldn't find Sebastian the next morning, she looked for about 3 minutes and then called her husband, who was hours away. She didn't immediately call 911. They also then three-wayed the sheriff's office instead of calling 911 directly. Why is that? Are calls to the sheriff's office recorded? Imagine checking Google for a number instead of just calling 911. If Katie harmed Sebastian, she and Chris would have had plenty of time to clean up their house, get rid of evidence before the next morning when they reported him missing. That's hours unaccounted for.